Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, May 14th, 2025. It's a gloomy day outside. I walked home from work. I always walk home and my feet got wet. My feet, in fact, maybe I ought to kick my shoes off here. There we go. Wearing my favorite pair of Brooks. Love these shoes. I'm in an awkward chair. Hold on. All right, now my feet are off. You ever heard people say that? Oh, you got to take my feet off. Yeah, so my shoes got a little soaking wet walking home from school today. But we're feeling good now. We're feeling really good. I'm going to make sure that this is right. There we go. Awesome. Cool. Nothing really to report. I've just been hanging out with my kids when I come home, and I don't know. We're just having fun. We're just nothing to report. Oh, tonight I do have one thing. Tonight, one of the kids, friend of my kids, in the neighborhood is going to perform in a concert, in a music concert, and we're gonna go see that tonight. That should be really fun. That's in a couple hours, so we're watching the clock, making sure we get out the door on time so that we can watch his concert. I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's good to, support your friends, people you love. Okay, let's dive in. Let's do the connections puzzle. Hopefully shouldn't be too hard. It is Wednesday after all. All right. Babe, psych, draw, neo, mnemonic, bolt, knee, wick, Ted, hyper, pull, gnome, kilo, Dumbo, meta, and suck. Wow, these are all over the place. I feel like some of these are like names, like a movie name, right? Like Babe, the Gallant Pig. Ted was a movie. I see a bunch of prefixes too, like neo pronouns. What's another one? Metaverse. Kilo is like thousands of something. Hyper. Or is it psych? Is it psych? Oh, but wait a minute. I do see... Hold on. Let me start here. I see some silent letters. Psych, mnemonic, knee, and gnome. Sounds the same if you drop the first letter. Silent letters. There we go. And it's the purple category. I think they need to revisit the intensity of each category. Because whenever I say, that's definitely the green category. Nope, it's the purple category. A lot of times the purple is like a fill in the blank or something. Like, it's pretty predictable, but that wasn't too bad. I mean, that stuck out like a sore thumb, right? Gnome, knee, mnemonic, and psych, they have silent letters. I mean, anybody could point that out. I don't know. Okay, so seeing that, what was the other thing I saw? Hyperrealism, meta, neo. What's another prefix? Kilo, like kilogram. Greek prefixes. There we go. Okay. What's next? Draw, pull, suck, and to wick moisture. I don't know if I'd put that as a yellow category though. I was assuming it was the yellow category because some of those were easy, but wick was. Or what was it? Suck, draw, pull, and wick. See, even capillary action, talking about something deep like capillary action, probably is not a yellow category sort of thing. That was a stretch. That was a real suck. That was a pull. I don't know. Yeah, capillary action. Okay, so then these are movie titles with a first name. Ted, Dumbo, Babe, and Bolt, all named after their animal. Yeah, titular animals. There it is. Cool. Yeah, look at that. We're on a streak. It's good. Starting with silent letters. Gnome, knee, mnemonic, and psych. Greek prefixes. Hyper, kilo, meta, and neo. What's another one? Mega. That's another one. I don't know. There's lots. Okay. Absorb using capillary action to draw, pull, suck, or wick. That's interesting. Maybe the one I disagree with is wick. When I think of wicking, it's like water wicking off of an object. Yeah. Titular animals of film. Babe, Bolt, Dumbo, and Ted. Babe was a pig, Bolt was a dog, Dumbo was an elephant, and Ted, a teddy bear. Was he an actual live animal? No. So that's that. I mean, there's a couple of these that I'm like, that's a stretch. But sometimes the answer is a stretch. All right, today in the mini crossword, we've got 5x5 and then 2 blocks cut out. Okay, opposite ends of the earth. Those might be the poles. Animal with white and black varieties. Really, they're both gray. White. White what? White panda? There's a red panda. But both are gray. White whale? I don't know. We'll come back to that one. To plant deeply, to root, to... I don't know. We'll come back to that one, too. What's coming to you? You mean karma? Is that... Like, what if that's it? Karma? Oh, that's funny. Could be. A no vote. Maybe as a nay. Program for kids. Age 3 through 5 informally. Program for kids age 3 through 5. PBS Kids? PBSK? That's a guess. That's a total guess. I might need to change that. That's crazy, dude. Oh, man. Sign after Virgo. Libra. Sworn enemy. Pop bottle. Okay, so before I put this last one in, I'm feeling like this one is wrong. So we're going to delete that and delete that. Because going the other direction, this is probably soda. And then hitting these ones, animal with white and black varieties. Really, they're both gray. Oh, rhino. A white rhino and a black rhino. They're both just gray rhinos. And then to plant deeply, to embed. Love it. Love puzzles that flow really smoothly like that. Awesome. Okay. So, opposite ends of the earth, the poles. An animal with a white and a black variety, but really they're both gray. Rhinos. Rhinoceroses. Plant deeply, to embed. What's coming to you? Karma. That's funny. Karma. What comes around goes around, right? A no vote might be a nay. A nay vote. Program for kids age 3 through 5 informally. Pre-K. Okay. All right. Yeah, I buy that. Pre-K, right? The year before kindergarten is pre-K. That's crazy, dude. Oh, man. The sign after Virgo is Libra. Is, Gemini, Sagittarius, Leo, Libra. Sworn enemy. Pop bottles, for example, are soda. Soda pop. Some people say soda. Some people say pop. I've heard lots of different things. Some people just say Coke. I mean, everything's a Coke. No matter what the flavor, variety, or brand, it's all Coke. That's pretty funny. That's brand recognition, right? You want to say Kleenex or Band-Aid has a hold on the market. Go to some areas and they only call soda Coke Or pop, whatever you say. I grew up in the East Coast. I don't say pop. A lot of people around me say pop. I say soda. A fizzy beverage. I'm really not a soda drinker. Like if I'm offered one, if I'm in the mood for it, I'll go for it. But usually that's so much sugar at once. It's just... I'm not, I don't do energy drinks or something. If I'm on like a long road trip or something, sure, maybe I'll need an energy drink of some kind, but I'll sip it really slowly. Water is my energy drink. If I had the choice, what would you take? Probably a whole tall water that's mostly ice. A little bit of water, mostly ice. All right. So for the Wordle today, you guys know my strategy. I don't have a go-to word or set of words. I just come up with 3 non-intersecting words, 3 words that don't use the same letters. So if I were to say, how about worth? Okay, there's an O. Nice going. Nice going. So then if we said something like, how about plain? That's a non-intersecting word. Okay, a little bit of help. We've got an N going on there. So, what should we guess? We could say, how about ducky? You could say mucky, I guess. And let's try that. Oh, no help at all. Dang it. Okay, so here's what we know. We know that there's an N somewhere. It could be N-O. We know there's an O, and it's in the second. So really, it could be anything. O. What letters are left? We've got Q. We are not going to use Q because there's no U. There could be an E. There could be an S. There could be a F or G. Not likely to be a J, but where I'm guessing all of these basic letters and some of these harder ones haven't come up, not that I've guessed them, but I always get suspicious when I see a bunch of letters and they're like, nope, sorry, it's not the easy letters. So I'm like, okay, what is it? I know for a fact that it's O, so it's likely to be consonant O, you know what I mean, like M-O, money, but we already used the Y, so it's not money. Could be bones. They don't usually just add the S at the end of a 4-letter word, though. I mean, this is technically like a non-intersecting word. It would tell us if we have some of those letters. If it's not this, which I doubt it is, then that's okay. But at least it will tell us what we have, what we don't have. Okay, we're on to something. It's not an S. Like I said, it's usually not S on the end of a 4-letter word just to make a 5-letter word. They don't do that. In fact, I've never seen that. I've done this, hundreds of times. I've never seen that. So, knowing that, it's B-O-N something. It's not like bonus or... Ooh. It could be a double O. Bongo. Bongo. There have been a couple of music terms lately. That's kind of fun. I bet you it's bongo. Yeah. I have a really nice set of bongos. I'm a percussionist. I play, I've played drums since I was 15, and I have, over the course of years, collected lots of really fun instruments. I've collected, tambourines from all over the world, or shakers, or I've even made a couple. Just recently, last week, I was at Harbor Freight, and at Harbor Freight they sell everything, right? Name a thing that's kind of hardware related, and they've got it. And they have like solar panels and hammocks and like crazy things. And over by hammocks, over by those like parachute hammocks, they had a cowbell. And I was like, why would they have a cowbell here? It was like $6. I've always wanted a cow. I actually have a cowbell. It's a lot smaller. And it makes like a ding ding sound, but I want like a kong kong kind of cowbell sound. And so it was only $6. I bought it, and I'm gonna include it in my percussion kit so that I have this goofy, this goofy percussion sound. I have 6 different types of whistles. I have a siren whistle. I have a coach's whistle. I have my favorite one's a siren whistle. It's like wee. It's got a great sound. But bongos, yeah, I have actually two sets of bongos. One is my actual like professional set of bongos, and then the other one is just like a little kid's set. I have a djembe. I'd love a set of those huge kungas, like the ones that stand up tall. You have to stand to play them, and there's like a high one and a low one. Oh, I would love a set of those. Do I have space for that in my house right now? No, not at all. But if I did, I would totally get a set of kungas. Oh, man. Good. Bongo. That's great. Usually it's not singular like that, bongo. But you'll see the plural bongos together. Awesome. Cool. So if you've never played Strands before, think of Strands like a word search. I'm so sorry. Altamash. Sorry, I haven't even been looking at my chat today. I've just been diving in. We're 16 minutes in, and I've just been going. So sorry about that. Hi, how you doing? Glad you're with us. Oh, that's funny. You get going on something. You're like, you put the horse blinders on. You just go. That's okay. All right. If you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search, except they don't give you the letters. You don't know what you're looking for. And these letters can go up and down, left and right, really any direction. And so let's see. And the theme today is boogie woogie woogie. Boogie woogie woogie. Like boogie woogie bugle boy. What do they mean by that? You got foil. Where's foil? Oh, here's foil. Yeah, good call. It's not one of the answers, but I like your thinking. Boogie woogie woogie. Is that what they say in the electric slide? Remember, boogie woogie. I almost see electric right here. Do you see that? E-L. There would need to be another E, which I do not see. Let's see. I like looking in corners to see if that'll give it away. I see ER. Nano, like nano silver. Boogie woogie woogie. What does that even mean? Yeah, this is a tough one. I bet you... Okay, hold on. I think I see one. Wobble. Are these different goofy dance moves? Like the ways you move your body? Boogie woogie woogie to wobble to OO is very peculiar. Why would there be an OO right there? I see the word studio. Oh my gosh. Macarena. Are these different dances? Oh no. I don't know dances. You should not see this body dance. No, you do not want to see this sad fella dance. Oh, is this about dancing? Dance. I see it. I see it. Line dance. You know how some people love... Yeah, is Macarena even a word? What does that mean? You know how some people get real excited when music comes on and they're like, oh, dance, dance. I am one of those squeamish people that are like, ugh, you dance without me. Do I mind dancing? I will look like an absolute fool dancing, but you can see me dance. If I'm out on the dance floor or whatever, you'll see me. I look like an idiot. I know I look like an idiot. I have no formal training whatsoever. I'd rather make the music that people dance to. Oh, since I was 15, I've been playing music that people dance to. Me dancing? You got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy. I've been framed. You don't want to see that. You do not want to see that. So what's the word here? They've got an H. Oh, do the hustle. Do the Macarena. Do the wobble. Line dance. Footloose. Okay, there's one more. I see it. How do I get over there? Locomotion. All right, I am the most awkward dancer in the entire world. You do not want to see this body dance. No siree. Could I? I mean, if somebody was threatening my life, I guess, yeah, sure, I'll dance. But given the choice, I'd rather make the music than dance to the music. All right, so Boogie Woogie Woogie. We're talking about, I guess that one's the electric slide, right? So line dance. You've got the Macarena. You've got the hustle. Do the hustle. Do the wobble. I don't know if I know the wobble. I don't even know what the wobble is. The locomotion. Do the locomotion. That song, just hearing that right there, reminded me of, oh gosh, what was the guy's name? That the fitness guy and, oh man, I can't think of his name. I keep thinking of Bob Ross. They had like both had like poofy hair. Gosh, I don't remember his name. Help me out. Thank you. I did great. You're awesome. Thank you for telling me that. Gene Simmons. No. Right? Hold on. Because Gene Simmons was the guy from Kiss. Gene Simmons. That's not the right guy. Richard Simmons, not Gene Simmons. Richard Simmons. Oh my gosh, sweating to the oldies. Oh my gosh, my mom's probably laughing. Mom, if you're watching, I'm so sorry. Sweating to the oldies. I remember Jazzercise. I remember, but I couldn't remember. Every time I hear "Do the Locomotion," I think of Richard Simmons. If you don't know who Richard Simmons is, let me enlighten you here. So I'm laughing at myself here for not knowing this, for not remembering. Richard Simmons did he pass away? I don't know if he passed away. Iconic hair, right? Very kind of flamboyant attitude. That was Richard Simmons right there. And he had all sorts of like fitness tapes and, you know, you'd buy into his programs and things. But every time I hear that old song, The Locomotion, I think of Richard Simmons. Whether or not I can remember his name. Gotta go, brother. Thank you. Altamash, you're awesome. Thank you for the sub. I do this every day. So if you guys are enjoying it, give it a like, consider subscribing. We do this every day. So Yeah. Oh my gosh, Richard Simmons. My mom's probably laughing at me right now. She's probably I bet she was just yelling the answer at the TV. She watches on TV. She goes, "No, that's not the answer." Here I am doing the puzzles. She can do it probably faster than I can. Richard Simmons. I'll remember that one. I promise, Mom. Oh gosh. And then this last one, Footloose. Yep, that one. Footloose. Da, da. Okay, and then let's play Letterboxd. Okay, so if you didn't know what Strands was, think of it like a word search. Letterboxd is like a kind of like a word search, except we're trying to span across the box to create words. And however many words you create, right, it keeps track of. We're trying to do this in this case, 5 words. That's kind of standard. If we do it in 6 words, that's too many. If we do it in less, that's great, right? So if we can come up with less, just longer words, right? We can't use 2 letters on the same side, and the words link to each other. So if I end with a T, then the next word starts with a T. So let's just kind of familiarize ourselves with the puzzle. We've got N, B, and W. And we've got an L, R, and M, E, T, and C, CTE, Career and Technical Education, and then H, U, and A. So with the H, we could do CH words, we could do TH words. I can't do TCH because there's T and E on the same side. Oh my gosh, I can spell the word narbacular. No way. Oh my gosh. No, it's not a real word. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Narbacular. Okay, if you don't know what narbacular... Whoops. Hold on. I'm creating more things. There we go. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Narbacular. So if you've ever played Valve's game called Portal, right? You probably played Portal or Portal 2, or at least seen gameplay of it on the internet. It was based on this, let me see if I'm spelling it right. Okay, so it was based on this prototype for a game called Narbacular Drop. And if you're like a super gamer, you might know that name, Narbacular Drop. This is what Portal is based on. And there are definitely some similarities between Portal. You can place portals, you can place... Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I love that I can fit the word narbacular in there. Oh, that's a hoot. Some of you guys are looking at that like going, what the heck does narbacular mean? It doesn't mean anything. Narbacular drop. Oh, funny. Oh, look at this. I've like deleted. What happened there? Can it go away? There it goes. It went away. Oh, funny. I want to do bigger words. What are the hard letters that we need to use up? B is a tricky letter. H might be a tricky letter, but it might be okay. I can't do AU words. There's no K. You could say like crab walk or something. Oh, I can't do BW anyway. Can't do that. Can't do it. Can't do it. Brawl. Could start with brawl. That's an okay word. About Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Lunch meat. No way. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I just did that in 2 words. And the first word doesn't even count because I said narbacular. Hey, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. I need to take a screenshot of that. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Brawl and lunch meat. Oh, that makes me so happy. Yesterday, I could have solved the puzzle in 2 if I had said meadowlark and knit, K-N-I-T, which I did not do. That is not how I solved it. You came right in time. Look at how we solved this. Is that the intended way? Is there multiple ways? I don't know. Maybe there is. But I did brawl and then lunch meat. Lunch meat. Cal, you came at just the right time. I know. I'm like gifted today. I'm like letting it. Who is this man and how have you possessed Miller? What happened? Oh, that's too funny. Brawl and lunch meat. And of course, what did I do? I took a screenshot. I always do, don't I? The Miller I know is not this good at Letterboxd. Yeah. Oh, that is so funny. Well, you're just in time for our recap. I'm so glad. So let's do it. If you haven't played yet, right, these are fun puzzles. Connections are 16 words that we need to kind of group into groups of 4. These are words that start with silent letters. Gnome, knee, mnemonic, and psych. That is the first thing that popped into my head. And what? It's the purple category? That means it's the hardest ones. The green is Greek prefixes, hyper, kilo, meta, and neo. Absorb using capillary action to draw, pull, suck, and wick. The only one I disagree with there is wick, because wicking is like water bouncing off and then going somewhere. I don't know. It just didn't seem right. Titular animals of films. Now, I say animals pretty loosely here, because Babe the pig, Bolt the dog, Dumbo the elephant, and Ted the teddy bear. Not exactly an animal. A stuffed animal, no doubt. A stuffed animal. And then, was there Ted Lasso? That was a TV show, though. Different thing. He was not an animal. Let's see. One across. Opposite ends of the earth. The poles. Animals with white and black varieties, but really they're both gray. The white rhino and the black rhino. Plant deeply to embed. Great word, to embed. What's coming to you? Karma. A no vote is a nay. Program for kids aged 3 through 5 informally. Maybe that's pre-K. Right? Like a preschool. You might go to pre-K. That's crazy, dude. Oh, man. Sign after Virgo. Libra. Yeah, Libra. Sworn enemy. And then pop bottles, for example, might fill with soda. Soda pop. Do you say pop or do you say soda? In Brazil, they say refrigerante, like refrigerant, which is a little strange. It's like refrigerant to put into your like Freon for your cooler or your fridge. I don't know. It's kind of a weird name. Okay, and then today in the Wordle, we started with the word worth. That gave us the O straight away, but I didn't continue guessing an O because I want to use up more letters than that. So I used plain, which gave us the N, ducky, which did not help. And then I'm like, okay, so what kind of rearrangement can I come up with here? What about bones? And that did give me B-O-N. Somewhere there's 2 other letters, and they're not E and S. So then, like, what else would go there? What if it was a double O, right? A second O. And I tried bongo. That's great. Bongo. Cool. All right. And then strands. Callie, you missed me talking about this, but you do not want to see me on a dance floor. Yikes. That's big yikes. You don't want to see that. My body is not built for movement like that. Today's theme was boogie woogie woogie. which the electric slide was boogie woogie woogie. And then what other line dances, right? People get into a big kind of grid and do a dance, maybe in a couple different angles and motions, and they move around. There's the Macarena. There's the hustle. The wobble. I don't know that one. I don't know the wobble. I don't think I've ever seen the wobble. Footloose, right? There's a line dance. You would do the Footloose by Kenny Loggins. And then the locomotion. And I had to remind myself by looking it up. Locomotion. Every time I hear locomotion, it reminds me of the Exercise Great with the TV shows and the VHS tapes. Richard Simmons. At first I said Gene Simmons, but he's the lead singer of Kiss, the guitarist for Kiss. That's different, totally different guy. I don't even think they're related. But locomotion. Do the locomotion. And then we polished it off today with the letterbox and hot dog. We even took a screenshot of it. I did it in 2 words today. That's pretty cool. I had to do it in 5, and I did it in 2. And that was brawl and lunch meat. When I started putting those letters together, I was like, oh, that's funny. I could say lunch. Oh, wait. I could say meat. Oh, my gosh. I could say meat. And that's all the letters. That feels good. That's a good feeling to use up all the letters all at once like that. Pretty cool. Well, pretty short today. I'm not going to say anything else because honestly, we just did the puzzles. We did great. I'll just leave you with this, you guys. If you like what you saw, give it a like and consider subscribing. And yeah, thanks for a fun stream today. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.